He was a dreamer in the Bronx, stitching ambition into every fiber of his being. In a tiny shared bedroom, surrounded by scraps of fabric and hand-me-downs, Ralph Lauren imagined a world where style was more than just clothing. It was identity. How does a boy from such humble beginnings create a fashion empire worth billions? What drove him to reject conformity and redefine elegance for generations? This is the untold story of a man who turned wide ties into bold statements and a small idea into a global lifestyle brand. Ready to discover the secrets behind his unstoppable rise? Ralph Lauren's journey epitomizes the American dream, a true rags-to-riches tale. Starting with nothing but ambition and creativity, he transformed rags into ties and those ties into a fortune. Dissatisfied with the fashion of the 1960s, Ralph took matters into his own hands, creating clothes for himself, a decision that laid the foundation for a multi-billion-dollar empire. Born in 1939 to Ashkenazi Jewish immigrants from the Soviet Union, Ralph grew up in a modest Bronx home, sharing a bedroom with his siblings. Despite these humble beginnings, he found happiness in his childhood and developed an early passion for style. Inspired by Hollywood icons like Cary Grant and Fred Astaire, Ralph stood out for his unique fashion sense, blending classic elegance with a preppy flair. To fund his love for fashion, he took on part-time jobs. After graduating high school, he enrolled in Burridge College to study business, but he dropped out after 2 years, realizing it wasn't his path. In 1962, Ralph's life took a turn when he was drafted into the military. While serving, he started selling handcrafted ties, marking them up for profit, a glimpse of the entrepreneurial spirit that would define his career. After completing his military service, Ralph worked as a neckwear salesman at Brooks Brothers. Driven by his desire to create clothing he loved to wear, he began designing his own ties, breaking away from the conventional designs of the time. This simple but bold idea became the spark that ignited his journey to build one of the most iconic fashion empires in history. From selling ties to fellow students to leading a global brand worth billions, Ralph Lauren's story is a testament to grit, vision, and relentless passion. At the age of 24, Ralph officially turned his passion into a profession by accepting a sales position at Brooks Brothers in New York. In 1967, he took a leap and launched the Ralph Lauren Corporation, starting with his own line of men's neckties. These ties stood out because they were wider and more unconventional than anything else available at the time, making them an instant hit. Ralph's designs were heavily influenced by the Ivy League style championed by Brooks Brothers. His vision was further solidified when he saw 1930s Hollywood star Douglas Fairbanks Jr. wearing a double-breasted suit and a spread-collar shirt, an image that contrasted sharply with the cookie-cutter fashion of mid-60s Manhattan. However, Ralph's innovative ideas weren't embraced by Brooks Brothers, forcing him to seek other suppliers. Eventually, he partnered with Beau Brummel, an upscale neckwear manufacturer in New York. Operating out of their Empire State Building showroom, Ralph designed and marketed his creations. He personally traveled from store to store, pitching his ties to clients, even selling them from a drawer in the Empire State Building's lobby. As his success grew, Ralph expanded his vision by opening a clothing store. This led to the creation of the Polo brand, which wasn't just about apparel but represented a distinct lifestyle. Ralph described the Polo aesthetic as a blend of tweedy English-American style with a French-inspired cut. Over the next 48 years, Ralph served as the creative force behind a fashion empire he had built from such humble beginnings. The New England-inspired preppy look became a cornerstone of American fashion under his direction. The 1970s marked a major turning point for the brand, with the introduction of a women's collection and the iconic cotton polo shirt, which cemented Ralph Lauren as a leader in the industry. Since the launch of the Polo line, the Ralph Lauren Corporation has evolved into a full-fledged lifestyle brand, offering products in 4 key categories: clothing, accessories, home goods, and fragrances. The Polo line marked the beginning of this transformation. Over the years, Ralph also gained recognition for designing the outfits for the U.S. Olympic teams and crafting costumes for iconic films such as Annie Hall and The Great Gatsby, 1974. Interestingly, despite his brand's strong association with polo, Ralph admitted in an interview with Oprah that he had never played the sport. He chose the polo player logo simply because he admired the sport's elegance and sophistication. Ralph's rise in the fashion world continued as he began showcasing his designs in various Manhattan department stores. Leaving Beau Brummel behind, he pitched his creations independently. However, when Bloomingdale's approached him, Ralph initially turned down their offer. The retailer demanded that he abandon his signature wide European tie design and rebrand under the name Sutton East. Ralph refused. Ironically, Bloomingdale's returned 6 months later, placing an order for an entire rack of his ties. In 1972, Ralph introduced a short-sleeved, collared sports shirt with his now iconic polo pony emblem on the chest. This piece, simply called the polo shirt, debuted just 2 years after his full clothing line launched and a year after releasing his first women's catalog. Over the next 3 decades, Ralph Lauren's brand expanded into colognes, denim, and high-end luxury labels. During the 1980s and 1990s, hip-hop culture spotlighted 2 iconic streetwear mottos: the 1989 American flag sweater and a Steve teddy bear dressed in polo attire, inspired by a birthday gift Ralph received. By 1991, the teddy bear motif became a signature design, adorning knitwear and sweaters. Today, Ralph Lauren is hailed as a fashion icon, rising from a modest Bronx childhood to global fame through relentless determination and vision. After surviving a brain tumor in the 1980s, he dedicated himself to cancer research charities, cementing his legacy as both a designer and humanitarian. In 1989, Ralph helped establish Georgetown University's Nina Hyde Center for Breast Cancer Research. Since then, he has supported numerous cancer-related initiatives, including the Pink Pony Campaign and the Royal Marsden NHS Foundation Trust. While many consider Ralph worthy of the title philanthropist, he humbly rejects the label, insisting his generosity comes from the heart. In June 2016, reports surfaced suggesting that the Ralph Lauren Corporation was facing difficulties in certain areas. Analysts attributed these issues to price reductions, lower-end products, and a failure to connect with younger consumers. In response, Ralph sought to innovate by introducing wearable technology in 2017. The Polo Tech Smart Shirt, a groundbreaking piece of athletic wear, was equipped with sensors to monitor the user's heart rate, breathing, stress levels, and calorie expenditure. Paired with a mobile app, the shirt provided personalized fitness plans, establishing Ralph Lauren as a pioneer in the field of physical tracking systems. This innovation allowed Polo Sport to compete with industry giants like Nike and Adidas. Today, the Ralph Lauren Corporation employs over 10,000 people, operates 388 stores worldwide, and generates an impressive $2.02 billion in annual revenue. Its headquarters remain in New York City. At 83 years old, Ralph Lauren is enjoying the rewards of his lifelong dedication and hard work. Despite his extraordinary success, Ralph has always maintained that he never aspired to a career in fashion. The boy who once dreamed of making $1 million now owns luxurious homes in Bedford, Long Island, Connecticut, and Manhattan. With a net worth of $6.6 billion, he is regarded as one of the most influential figures in fashion. His car collection, often described as one of the most valuable in the world, further underscores his iconic status. In fact, Ralph Lauren attributes much of his success to staying true to his own sense of style rather than following fleeting trends. His story is a testament to how grit, determination, and unwavering vision can turn dreams into reality. What are your thoughts on Ralph Lauren's incredible journey? Share your opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories.